Hello everybody, thank you for watching and welcome to my channel. A lot of you had complained that it is not very audible, you could hardly hear me, and all that. So I've bought a new microphone from Amazon. I felt it's kind of the same. I hope it all comes out well and helpful and audible for you all. So let me know how it is. Obviously it's hand-free. It makes things a bit easier, but obviously I think I have to try the wireless or the Bluetooth one. But I'll try this first and see how it goes. In this video I want to share my experience and some information about diseases that affect Gerbera plant. What I've experienced, obviously. So in general I'm not sure, and how to take care and how to treat them. So I'll be taking two examples or two plants for this video, just potted next to each other. So these were planted or kept in a shady area because of the heavy heat that we had in Trivandrum, Kerala last year, and followed by the heavy monsoon till December. So I actually brought these plants out and they were just returning back to life because I thought I lost them because there wasn't anything much, kind of, I hardly had the base of the plant and the leaves were kind of rotted. So I thought maybe the root ball or it doesn't technically have a bulb or rhizome. I thought it's all died, but it came back slowly. So this is what it is now, but it has some problem. Okay, so the first one here, the leaves are actually getting brown and turning yellow. Obviously there is some disease. Okay, obviously I don't know what disease it is, but so a normal drying of leaf is general, which you can simply pluck it. This is pretty hard, so you would need a pair of scissors. Sometimes, if it is completely dried all the way at the bottom, it will be easy to remove, but this is very strong, so I would probably just cut it off using a scissor. Just cut it, nip it here where my finger is. Okay, so that is exactly what I'm going to do with these leaves also. Need to trim these leaves, because otherwise, first of all, the plant, although there are healthy leaves, this gives a depressing look. Look at it. So remove these leaves, all the dried leaves, which has these issues, what you see. Okay, so which I'm going to cut using a regular scissor. I think I had it here. So which you'd have seen it in the normal other videos. So it's a normal it's a big size scissor. It's not a small or medium one. I used to trim off the rose buds, the spent flowers from rose and other flowering plants and small stems. So this comes in handy, and I try to keep it clean as much as I can. I haven't wiped off the dirt, so to prevent the rusting. It's starting to, so rub a little bit of oil. Sorry about that noise, I think it's from my neighbor. Rub a little bit of oil to clean it off, so to prevent the rusting. Okay, so coming back to our discussion, so clean this off. So that is one. That's one. And the second thing is mealybugs. I have a couple of mealybugs. I've spotted them, so that is the reason I especially wanted to shoot this video. Let me just find them. You normally find it underneath the leaves or the stems. I found somewhere on the top itself. Let me just spot it. These are very tiny. Okay, and there they are, right on the stem. Let me get closer. Let me get that stem for you to get a better look. I hope you can see it. I think I need to I think it is visible. It is moving slowly. It's hiding. There are some more. So you have to inspect your plant at least on a weekly basis, just not just on top, just all over the plant, just like how I so my videos about moss rose, the table rose plant, how you inspect if there are moss rose, because we can't really see it from one direction, so you might have to rustle and use your fingers to move around the branches and stems to see if they are. So mealybugs, how do you treat them? It's simple, the basic neem oil spray. If you don't have that, simply mix 1 teaspoon or 5 ml of regular liquid soap like Vim, which is easily available if you have at home, Vim or Prill. Just 5 ml in 1 liter of water and just spray it. Or you can do, if you're using a hose, the water or the normal spray gun that you have on the hose, the spray gun is on the other end. So you have that different mode where you have the high water pressure. So when you spray your plants with that, so these will die and they'll just vanish from your plant. So you can try the basic. If it is less and few, you can do the normal water spray, but Gerberas do not like normal lot of water, so we'd be careful. Or you can just do the neem oil spray or the liquid soap spray in the evening. Don't do it in the morning. And if you're doing it in the morning, do it before 6:30, so the plant has time to absorb and kill them, and they don't burn in the sun. Well, the best thing is to do in the evening. I think I found on this plant also. So this is how the mealybug look like. Otherwise this plant is healthy. It's very green, lush green. It doesn't have that iron deficiency like this one here. Okay, so we talked about the leaves rotting and mealybug. So one cause for the leaves to rot or the plant to die completely is because of the soil and the mixture. Try to avoid red soil in your mixture. So here I've just added manure last week, so you see I added vermicompost and cow dung powder mixed together, and I scraped the topsoil and added it. So it's still kind of dissolving in the water, and not dissolving, it's getting decomposed or broken down, so the particles. But if I use my finger, the finger should easily go in to the soil. Okay. See, I can poke my finger very easily inside. So the mixture of the soil mixture, the potting mixture for Gerbera need to be cautious. So the soil mixture has to be, the soil need to be porous. Try to avoid red soil and use sand along with garden soil when you do with cocoa peat and compost. That should do it. But if you're getting something from the nursery which has red soil on its base, from the nursery bag, just keep it as it is. Or if you're an experienced gardener, you can remove it and just pick up the plant from that and then repot it. So that is what I'm going to do. I would do. So ensure your soil is, the potting mixture is good. Otherwise this plant is nice because there are new growth, new leaves coming off, and which is pretty healthy for this one. There is no deficiency, no iron deficiency. So the key is the soil mixture, and ensure you don't have fungus around the root. If you have fungus, you might probably see white stuff around on the soil. And do not overwater, they don't like it. Ensure, and especially Gerberas don't like watering from top, but we usually do. it need to be either drip or you can water on the base, but the normal tendency is that we use a hose and spray from top. Can't avoid it, but if you can, do it. So the watering pattern and the soil mix is very important for gerberas. Okay. For a couple of years I never had problems with iron deficiency or other things, but recently, because of the place where I keep the pots, try to keep them on an area where they get morning sunlight. But if it is unavoidable, it's okay, because you might need to spray a little bit of water in the evening, because you know, the leaves will all be dull in the evening if you're in a very hot climate. I've kept these, I've moved this back to an area where you have full sunlight. It's 9:30 in the morning right now, and the sun is just moving. They do not have full sunlight here. If you see, this one is getting a little bit, and by 11 o'clock, all the way from 11 to 5 in the evening, these plants would get sun. So I've moved all my gerberas in this line, which was kept in a different area, and I thought I lost them, but it's back. So watering pattern, manuring, the soil mix is very important, and mealybugs is the only other problem which I had. And when I talked about the iron deficiency, the leaves would be very pale green. I don't have another example to show in Gerbera right now, so it will be even lighter than this. Okay, so you need to use chelated iron, which is the dark brown powder. I'll probably post a separate video about showing you the fungicide and the iron that I use for some plants. Gardenia, hydrangea, and gerberas are the three for which iron, it's very evident through the leaves. I didn't have that issues with my roses. So I'll put a separate video on that, but for now I hope you got that. Do the basic cleanup, ensure you water as necessary, okay, and keep checking for the bugs and spray. And if you're asking about other manures or fertilizers, I have not used NPK on any of my plants as a macronutrient, which is nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. I just use dried cow dung powder mixed with a little bit of bone meal and neem cake powder, because it is good to prevent any disease at the bottom and in the soil. Do a handful for each pot once every month. Epsom salt, when I buy it, I generally use that as a spray, as well as put 1 teaspoon in the pot and mix it for all flowering plants. So you can do that. So I normally spray the regular neem oil and Epsom salt spray if I have, and chem. Chem is something which I normally do for all my plants, all the flowering plants, and I also posted a separate video where chem is available, from whom do I buy it. It's very effective actually. So I think that's the info that I want to share today. I hope that is helpful, and let me know if you have more questions. Happy to help. Thank you for watching everybody, and happy gardening.